that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older.
You know, it has to be financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with money.
Boxing fans and experts are shocked as 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao announces he's stepping back into the ring to fight rising star Mario Barrios. The legendary 8-division champ, known for his fast hands and fierce style, is making a comeback years after his last fight, showing that he refuses to hang up his gloves despite his age. While some praise Pacquiao's unstoppable spirit, others question if he's risking his health by facing a younger, tougher opponent like Barrios.
You named Manny Pacquiao, you clickbait in the name, he's 44 years old. Is there genuinely a chance of Manny Pacquiao versus Conor Benn? Have you spoken to anyone from Manny's team?
I mean, you know, maybe I'm clickbaiting. Maybe watch this space.
And if the WBC cleared Conor, do you still have to go to the British Boxing Board, or would they have to just be governed by whatever the WBC say?
No, I mean, ultimately, it depends on the ruling on the test.
Lawrence Okoli apparently has given up his UK residency, and I'm assuming it's for tax benefits in the UAE. Would you recommend that to any of the young fighters coming up? Is that a good idea?
I mean, it's a very cloudy situation.
Looking down the card, which fight do you think we're more likely to potentially see an upset? Because the bookies have got the home fighters quite a big favourites.
I promise you, someone from the away corner will win tomorrow night.
Is there any chance that the Irish government may help you out with the funding for that venue, do you think, or is that completely out there?
Yeah, I think it's...
Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to boxing at 46 to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios has sparked mixed reactions in the boxing world. While some applaud his passion and legendary career, others worry about the dangers of such a risky comeback nearly 4 years after his last fight. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman confirmed the July 2025 bout, citing rules that allow former champions to challenge for titles after retirement. A similar rule previously allowed legends like Sugar Ray Leonard to make comebacks, and now Pacquiao may follow suit. The fight's official announcement is on hold until Pacquiao wraps up his Senate campaign in the Philippines on May 12th. However, reports suggest that Premier Boxing Champions and TGB Promotions have reserved the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas for July 19th, hinting at the likely date and venue for the anticipated showdown.
Which contemporary fighter do you most enjoy watching right now?
Out of the big-time fighters now?
Yeah.
Pacquiao looks sensational his last fight. Oh, no fighter, and you as my witness, as any expert, no fighter looks more sensational than Pacquiao looked the other night. No fighter, name a fighter looked more sensational than Manny Pacquiao did the night he fought.
Let me sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather. How do I sneeze and say Floyd Mayweather?
All right, hey, listen. Then that shows that you're a neophyte in boxing. You know nothing about boxing.
Well, excuse me?
Because no.
What? I ain't hear you, Mike. What'd you say?
That you don't know much about boxing.
Getting a little uncomfortable up here.
No one said who was better. I said there's nobody in boxing that fighting that looks sensational.
Sensational.
The way that Pacquiao did against Rio.
Joe Rogan, well-known commentator and podcaster, expressed concern over Pacquiao's comeback, calling it dangerous. He pointed out the serious health risks for Pacquiao given his age and the intense physical demands of boxing, questioning whether returning to the ring after such a long break is a wise decision.
As if Manny Pacquiao in the middle of his prime said, I'm going to fight MMA. That would be insane. And you'd probably get his face kicked off. Probably get strangled, probably get taken down, strangled, and he would be helpless. It's a different skill set. There's so much more to MMA. To me, it's more exciting to watch.
Former world champion Amir Khan, a longtime associate of Manny Pacquiao, has mixed feelings about Pacquiao's comeback. While he acknowledges the financial allure of the fight, he questions the motivations behind it. Khan hinted that he might consider facing Pacquiao himself if sufficient backing is secured, suggesting Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh as a potential financier, saying, if you can get someone like Turki Al-Sheikh on board, then why not? Amir Khan's comments suggest that financial incentives are a key factor in his interest in a potential fight with Pacquiao. However, he also questioned the fairness of Pacquiao returning to compete for world titles, arguing that it could sideline younger, active fighters. If Manny wants to come and fight for a world title, why not? But it's a bit unfair, isn't it? There are so many young fighters coming up. Really, I think you should give the next generation a chance, man.
And Manny got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, shall we do a fight? Shall we, like, he's quite serious about it. He was like, shall we make a fight happen? I go, listen, if you can get a funder, if you can get someone like a Turki Al-Sheikh on board, then why not?
There's no. I mean, that must be able to be made. That.
Yeah.
I mean, surely
You do that for the right money, right?
Massive. Look, we've had our best days, and I think a fight like that would definitely sell. I mean, Manny having a massive Philippine fan base, and all around the world really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well, so I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see, when people make comebacks, I mean, people always like to see them, see how the fight's going to be, and me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
And you're only 38 as well, man. So we've seen boxers older than that getting back into the ring. I mean, you're still at a good age where you certainly could box again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at George Foreman, the late George Foreman. He was a great champion, and he came back. I think he must have been in his late 40s when he come back and won a world title as well. So look, in boxing, it's always that one punch. And at the same time, though, guys, is that I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? We've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you, and God forbid you get hurt and you can't spend good quality time with your family.
Amir Khan took a moment to reflect on a missed opportunity to face Manny Pacquiao in what could have been a blockbuster fight between the two stars. According to Khan, the matchup fell through due to a combination of contractual issues and financial uncertainties, particularly involving proposed investors in the United Arab Emirates. He revealed that negotiations were complicated by middlemen and unfulfilled promises from potential financiers. Khan explained that promoter Bob Arum told him the fight didn't happen because the investors in Dubai or elsewhere in the UAE couldn't come up with the required funds and needed more time. Ultimately, the lack of secured funding led to the collapse of a highly anticipated bout. Despite past disappointments, Amir Khan remains open to the idea of facing Manny Pacquiao, but only under the right circumstances. Khan has made it clear that he would only consider a comeback for high-profile fights against top-tier opponents like Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather. He emphasized that he is financially secure and no longer has the passion for boxing unless it's for a significant bout, stating, "I'm 90% done from the sport anyway. I don't have the love for boxing anymore. To motivate myself, it would only have to be Manny or Floyd Mayweather." Meanwhile, promoter Eddie Hearn has weighed in on Pacquiao's return to the ring at age 46, where he is set to face Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title. Hearn acknowledged Pacquiao's legendary status and the commercial appeal of the fight, but he stopped short of endorsing the comeback as a wise move for the aging icon. Eddie Hearn voiced concerns about the fairness and competitiveness of Manny Pacquiao's comeback, particularly regarding his immediate shot at a world title after a lengthy hiatus. In a recent interview, Hearn questioned the appropriateness of Pacquiao fighting for the WBC welterweight title, asking, should he be fighting for a world title? He emphasized that title shots should be earned through consistent activity and strong performances in the ring, suggesting that giving Pacquiao a title opportunity could undermine younger, active fighters who have been working their way up the ranks. Despite his reservations, Eddie Hearn acknowledged that Manny Pacquiao's return could draw significant interest and revenue, given his global fan base and illustrious career. However, Hearn cautioned that Pacquiao's prolonged absence from professional boxing and the inevitable effects of aging could affect his performance, suggesting that the comeback should be approached carefully. Hearn's remarks highlight a broader debate in the boxing world about how to balance respect for iconic fighters while maintaining competitive fairness and ensuring opportunities for rising stars.
It's a very contentious subject, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Do you think it's strange that he's coming off the couch and getting a title fight like that?
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots, and Barrios is not Crawford. And that's why we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually Pacquiao is a step up. You know, people were still complaining at me for mentioning that fight, like Conor Benny's boots. You know, but he still hasn't had those wins yet. So, you know, I like to see great fighters just slowly fade out of the sport, but also at the same time, if they feel good, if they feel they can be competitive, and there's a lot of money to be made, I also get it.
Eddie Hearn's comments capture the ongoing debate over Manny Pacquiao's comeback, a move that promises big revenue, but raises serious questions about fairness and safety in the sport. As Pacquiao prepares to step back into the ring at 46, the spotlight is once again on the delicate balance between honoring legends and giving younger fighters their shot at glory. Stay tuned for more updates on this highly anticipated showdown and the latest boxing news. Subscribe now to stay in the know.